This is the plaintiff, Paul Scheinholz. He says he went to visit the defendants at their house, and their dog, who just had puppies, bit him in the face and took off a piece of his nose. He's really lucky the vicious thing didn't take off his whole face, for crying out loud. The defendants refused to pay for his hospital bill, so he's suing for the $750 he's owed. These are the defendants, Amanda and Michael Binal. Amanda says the plaintiff entered their property without permission, and when she came out of the bathroom, he claimed her dog bit him. She has no trespassing signs or beware of dog signs all over her property, but he did not heed her warnings. Since he entered her house without their knowledge, they don't owe him a penny. They're accused of harboring a vicious beast.
Thank you, Douglas. Paul Scheinholz?
Yes.
You are suing Amanda and Michael Binal. How do I pronounce your last name?
Binal.
Binal. For $750, the cost of a hospital bill.
Yes.
That you incurred because, according to you, their dog attacked you. Tell me what happened.
Well, on the day in question, Michael called me on the phone and told me that his dog just had puppies. And asked me
and how do you two know each other?
Through a mutual friend that used to stay.
How long have you been friends?
Approximately a year.
Okay. But you're pretty good friends, right? If he's calling about the birth of his grandchildren.
I mean, he knows I like dogs. We're casual friends, see each other once in a while.
Okay, so he calls you and tells you that his dog, and what kind of dog do you have?
She's a pit bull.
A pit bull had how many puppies?
10.
10 pits, so there's 11 pit bulls. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I go over to the house, and when I pulled
Why
him,
do you go to the house?
Because he called me and told me to come over and see the dogs.
Did you? Well, you went to the house because you wanted to see the dogs, right? Because if you told me that, I would say, not on your life. But so you wanted to see them because
I like dogs, have a thing for dogs.
you thought it would be cute.
Yeah.
Right.
So I pulled up in the driveway. Michael is outside. I get out of the car, shake his hand, how you doing, that type of thing. Hi, nice to see you. We go in the house, and we're in the living room, and he says, wait here. He goes upstairs for momentarily. Now, I haven't seen the puppies. I haven't seen any dogs. I just entered the house, and when he was upstairs, I heard the dog tapping on the stairs, coming down the stairs.
The mother dog.
The mother dog.
Obviously.
So the dog comes into the living room, and I crouch down as if to pet the dog, and the dog just lashes out and just bites me right in the face.
Did you know this dog?
Yes.
So you crouch down to the pit bull in the pit bull's home, and you go to pet the pit bull, or what are you doing? You're petting her, like you're caressing her? Or
The dog approached me almost as if to say hi, you know, whatever dogs do. And
come closer. Right.
And when I bent down, she just bit me right in the face.
Okay, how?
Just lashed right at my face.
Okay, you used the phrase "bit off part of my nose." Tell me what happened.
The nose was semi-intact, hanging open with blood everywhere.
Okay,
I have pictures of that.
May I see it? What'd you do when that happened? Did you ever get to see the babies?
No, I never saw the babies.
Okay. What'd you do when that happened? Did you scream? Did you they run down?
I said, "Oh, grab my face," and luckily at the same time.
How many stitches did you get?
7. That is. Those are pictures after the hospital.
Come here. Is there a scar or no?
Right in that corner right there for me, please.
No, it's pretty
I need him
good.
step aside just a little
Hold
bit.
on, hold on. Turn your face a little bit. Not bad, right?
Luckily.
Right. I mean, I can see it because I know where I'm looking. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, guys.
Ooh. Oh, goodness. What if it had been your eye? Had you ever known this dog? I mean, I know it's a pit bull, but have you ever known this dog to have ever, and let's face it, as much as you may love pit bulls, it is not prejudiced of me to say that that is a breed that's known for being aggressive, right?
Correct.
My county won't allow you to own them in Miami, Florida. Did you ever know this dog to attack anybody?
Not to my knowledge. The dog was friendly as far
What
as I knew.
happened?
Paul had called us and had saw on our Facebook that we had puppies, had wanted to come over to see them.
So it's not that you called him?
No.
Does he have a tongue?
We spoke. We did speak after on Facebook, and I did tell him, yes, you can come over and see the dogs.
Okay, so he comes over, and what happened?
We meet him outside. We tell him that he needs to stay outside due to the fact the puppies are only 4 days old.
Stay outside or stay downstairs?
Stay outside. And we both went inside. I went into the bathroom. My husband went upstairs to go get one of the puppies. I came out of the bathroom, and Paul was standing in my living room holding his nose, saying my dog bit him.
How did he get in if you told him to stay outside?
Through the front door.
Yeah, but I thought you told him to stay outside.
Correct.
Right.
He walked into our home.
So you tell a
without
guy,
our
stay
knowledge.
outside, and he walks into your home when you have 11 pit bulls?
Yes.
That doesn't sound believable. I think you probably invited him in, and then I believe him on this, because that's just you trying to get out of liability, and I don't like that. But why were you waiting in the living room? Were they going to bring down a puppy?
I believe so. He told me wait here. Almost something turned away. I couldn't really hear him, so I waited in the living room by myself.
Yeah, so you weren't invited up to see the 11 puppies together.
No,
right?
He told me stay in the living room.
So they told you to wait downstairs. Has your dog ever bit anyone?
No.
And you don't have any evidence that the dog has bit anyone?
No.
What do you suppose possessed the mama pit bull to bite him?
She's protective over the puppies.
But the puppies are upstairs. This guy's nowhere near them. I was under the impression that there was like a box and he put his face in it. You know, oh, how cute. Oh, didn't see that coming. That's sort of how I thought this was going to play out, and that's not the fact. So that far away, you think she was that possessive?
So if a dog like a pit bull has never bit anybody ever before, but all of a sudden bites once, is the owner responsible for that bite?
Absolutely, yeah.
But if the owner has no knowledge the dog bites, do you get one free bite?
No.
One free bite, sir?
No,
How come?
because the owner is always going to be.
Owner's always responsible. Last word. Say owner's always responsible.
Owner's always
Hey, really good. Going inside the courtroom.
She had come down the stairs not knowing knowledge that there was somebody else in the house. Our house isn't that big.
Right.
So yes, she would be possessive of her puppies.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You live in one of those states that are rare, that have strict liability for dog bites. In most other states, the analysis would end here. Has a dog ever bitten anybody? No. Was a dog on its own home, so the fact that it was off a leash was appropriate? Yes. Well, you sort of get one free bite. If you don't know your dog is vicious, then you don't know your dog is vicious. If a dog had bit somebody before, then you shouldn't have invitees in there without warning them. There's all kinds of other things that come into play. I don't believe you when you say you told them to wait outside. Because if you tell somebody to wait outside, what would possess them to walk inside in contravention of your invitation? I think you're saying that to help your case. So the next issue is then, did he do anything to torment, tease, otherwise taunt the dog? I believe that walking up to a box of puppies and a mama and going coochie 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 coo would be I would qualify that as tormenting, teasing, or whatever else, because that's just so vital to the dog's nature. But existing in the house, if I believe you invited him in, which I do, would not be teasing, tormenting, or anything else. I find in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of the $750. This would be a different case in most other states.
Under Connecticut law, the defendant loses this case. So unless you're going to move out of Connecticut, you have to pay attention to your responsibilities here now. What have you learned in this courtroom?
Not to allow anybody near pit bulls that aren't responsible, that don't know how to read signs, and to listen to us.
All right. So have any empathy for or sympathy for what he's been through? Those injuries? You seem kind of cold about it.
I do not, because he walked in without our knowledge.
Wow. All right. Right this way.
If you would right this way, please. Thank you.
Man. How you feeling coming out of there?
Feeling better than I was on the day it happened. That's for sure. I feel pretty good about it.
Those pictures look nasty. I mean, that's everyone's nightmare, you know, the dog coming right at your face. What was that moment like?
It was a shock. It was scary, and I mean, it happened. And move on.
You're a pretty tough guy, huh?
Worst things could have happened. It wasn't my eyeball. It wasn't my whole face. And those didn't come off, so it could have been worse than it was.
Wow. Harvey.
You know, the judge mentioned that if this were heard in another state, the result would be different because a lot of states don't have this one free bite rule. The fact is, when Judge Koch, Ed Koch, was the judge in the People's Court, he actually tried to get this law changed in New York, but it just didn't happen, so it is still one free bite.